agendas that never took for itself what was for the taking we have forsaken, which is not to say forgotten, though forgetting often the origin of the wood of our coffins, mistaking plastics for cotton, we are coughing in the face masks on public buses and trains, and everyone's looking through crooked eyes that resemble book burnings. It was switch. Stabbed himself with a kitchen knife, drowned in the fountain of youth, hanging from the Statue of Liberty, slit his wrists with his tongue. He is searching for evidence of our existence, for a reason to believe that we are all gods. And of switch. Tell me again what God looks like. Pause. I'm gonna do that one. Everyone, tell me again what God looks like. I once prayed to an electric light bulb, mistaking it for heaven. Unplugged neon moons from their crescent sockets so I could see the stars, and carved my name into a golden calf so after I die, I will be remembered as someone who walks with God. Shelter me from evil. Pause. Y'all can make noise. I know it's been like hella silent all night, but if you want to be like, wow, I think that's dope, or fuck you, that's awesome, but you don't. Everyone mistaken for heaven, carve my name into a golden calf, so after I die, I will be remembered as one who walked with God.
That shit dope, son.
Shelter me from evil. I've seen my hand break sunlight by reaching for these dreams. Cast shadows like shattered wrists for a moment. I held this palm against the sky and challenged God to blind me, because these eyes have seen that his will can be broken, and I've been broken and rehealed in the shape of a diary, locked, naive, and seldom. Crossed out these prayers from my pages instead of flamed to the traces of death's tongue, which papered the tobacco of my lung when I was young. I spread oil slick fingertips and cum on my wings, so instead of flying, my thoughts could stay on earth with other people. Shelter me from evil, blanket me in story, hold me like ink against an oak table. I've been pressing down so hard my secrets get left in the wood, and read like commitment carved into tree bark. Part of my arm is screaming cardiovascular violence sung backwards by choir boys who will never grow out of awkward, cursing God and singing beautiful. I've been found neck deep in the shredded records of one woman's last memory of freedom. See, when I was 8 years old, in the basement of my family's synagogue, as the congregation asked for forgiveness in this language I will never understand, I cracked open the original and only copy of a wedding tape to see what love looked like. Yo, it turns out love looks like shattered black plastic and endless photographs captured in tape depicting ritual and velvet. So I wrap myself in these memories like tefillin, bound my wrists and forehead, and search for God each time the plastic would break, plastic would break. Unscrewed that electric light bulb and placed it under my weight, break glass like the lock of a diary, for God's sake. Open microphones so sound waves could slam into shore the ancient as the wood from the cross of our wars. And this stake in my heart has been carved up before I was born, where I stored in my breath the first test of the storm. So shelter me from evil this evening. This evening I found Jesus slumped over drunk in my audience, refusing to listen to my poems. She smells of whiskey and bitter herbs, and doesn't care that a bit of words to spit a version of church that doesn't include a sermon, to curse us sluts, to praise virgins. I am searching for the velvet of these curtains so I could blow you like a trumpet, and we will call forth the end of this world. Let me crack open my temple and ask you to tell me again, what does God look like? That's a poem.